Parents are reporting that meat in many British schools is halal or killed according to Muslim religious ritual. This too is independently confirmed, and I cite the link. Again, since slaughterers offer a prayer to Allah over halal meat, it is quite a confrontational act of symbolism to put halal meat into British school lunches. Middle East, I mean, just imagine the outcry if all of Britain or, cities in America decided to have only kosher food and kosher kitchens. It would be madness. Middle East Forum tracks demographic change in the UK. Muslims are now 6.7% of the British population. Quote, the UK could fall into the hands of Islamic fundamentalists, end quote, and become, quote, an Islamist state with nuclear weapons, end quote, says Suella Braverman, former British Home Secretary. So this is not like a marginal figure. This is a former British Secretary of Domestic Security. Demographic change is the defining megatrend with the most important implications for Europe's societies, culture, and governance structures. This is still that quote. Just look at the percentage of Muslims in the country's major cities. London, 15% Muslim. Birmingham, 1.49 inhabitants, 29.9%. Bradford, 536,000 inhabitants, 30.5%. Manchester, 553,000 inhabitants, 22.3%. And so that's the quote. Leicester, 357,000 inhabitants, 23.5%. Nottingham, these are huge numbers, 331,000 inhabitants, 12.2%. Blackburn, 148,000 inhabitants, 35%. Luton, 218,000 inhabitants, 32.9%. Slough, 164,000 inhabitants, 29.4%. Pendle, 91,000 inhabitants, 26%. Oldham, 237,000, 24.4%. Rochdale, 211,000, 18.8%. Kirklees, 438,000, 19%. Sheffield, 556,000, 10.3%. It's not hard to imagine what these cities will look like in, say, 20 to 30 years, end quote. And remember that Muslim families tend to have 2 to 3 times the number of children that British families have. So that's really interesting. I also wonder if they were forced to have the mandates, the injection mandates, the Muslim immigrants to Britain, because those would sterilize many people. Muslim organizations are effectively electing or appointing Muslim leaders into key civil society positions in Britain. Quote, the Muslim Council of Britain's New Leadership, end quote, by policyexchange.org.uk, a policy website, is a report that assesses this organized effort to stream Muslim leadership into key British roles. It details the goals of some leaders of the political Islamist movement in Britain, and assimilation into British society is definitely not on the agenda. And this is really the heart of this essay, you guys. Quote, organizing British Muslims. Quote, in a speech at the, I wish I'd started investing in gold 10 years ago. There's no time too late or too soon to invest in gold. What if the next big crash is already in motion and almost no one sees it coming? Got to think about that. Every major economic collapse since 1929 was preceded by the same 7 warning signals. Right now, all 7 are flashing red. These are not headlines. They are deep market indicators that Wall Street prefers you never to hear about, because Wall Street doesn't want you to know what Wall Street knows. That's why our friends at American Alternative Assets created the Bellwether Signal. And this is a free report that reveals what these signals mean and how smart Americans are protecting their savings with buying gold and silver before it's too late. So important. So download your free copy at cloutgold.com, or call the company at 1-855-803-GOLD. That's 855-803-4653, 855-803-4653. You should really get the facts to protect your future, and don't wait for the headlines to catch you off guard. Honestly, gold has gone up and up and up so much, and silver is rising. And there's so much instability in this world. I'm so relieved that we're able to invest in gold, our, you know, little nest egg. We don't want it to be at risk. So it's wonderful to have American Alternative Assets as a trusted source for gold investment and silver investment. East London Mosque in November 2023, a leader named Wajid Akhtar advocated, quote, organizing and, quote, uniting the Muslims of Britain into a, quote, powerful community, which will, quote, change from the hand that is begging to the hand that is giving, from the people who are protesting to the people we are protesting to. For that, you have to sacrifice, you have to work. We need to become an organized community. We need to become an Islamic community rather than just a community of people who happen to be Muslims. We all want Saladin, the Muslim leader who defeated the Crusaders, that's a bracket, to come today, right? But no one wants to be his father. You will not get Saladin until you build the environment for Saladin, until you become his teacher, until you become his madrasa, his helper, his friend, and his ecosystem. Build that first, and Allah will send you Saladin after Saladin after Saladin until you don't know what to do with them, period, end quote. This is a London mosque, okay? This is not on the BBC, and it really needs to be. This is a speech in a London mosque to Londoners. In the same speech, Akhtar said there was a, quote, darkness here in this country when we see everyone from the highest elected leaders of the land, straight away they go down to a school to reassure the students who are from one side of the conflict, don't worry, I'm with you. And they should do that because anti-Semitism is not from our religion. It's not from our culture. There's no word in Urdu or Arabic or Bengali called Holocaust because we never did something like that. But who was reassuring the Muslim students? Anyone? No. They only got one reassurance. You say one word out of line, will come down on you like a ton of bricks. So this is a dog whistle about Jewish students and Jewish students being protected by the British state. They're not happy about that. They call that a darkness in the land. The other darkness you can see is that ministers will go to the marches in support of the war and they will speak there, meaning, I think, the war in Gaza. And yet, if you go on Saturday to say, please don't kill children, you're called hate-filled extremists. British citizens in Israel, free flight, come home to safety. British citizens in Gaza, you're on your own, mate, period, end quote. And there are links to this leader's very popular videos, East London Mosque and London Muslim Center, Dr. Wajid Akhtar. So really, this guy is not saying let's all be British people together. I love my Jewish British brothers and sisters. No, this is absolute division.